Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel.
I have here in the shop today 2007 Toyota RAV4 with 206,000 miles on the clock. And the reason it came today is because it apparently has some electrical problems. The owner said that on and off intermittently she saw the charging light in the dashboard coming on. It happened within last 2 weeks. Also at that time she will see or hear the engine will not run correctly, might idle too high on the startup, and she thinks that the alternator might be bad, right, going out, and that's probably what's happening with this one. Of course, I went for the short test drive to confirm the condition, and as you can imagine, the vehicle is running perfect. So obviously I brought it to the shop, opened the hood to inspect all those electrical components, right? The alternator is located right here, so it's relatively easy to get to. All the wires seems to be okay. Obviously another part of this electrical system is the battery, right? Everything looks kind of normal, but look here. Do you see that greenish stuff? Well, let's pop this cover. Do you see that? What do you say? Is it a good contact with the positive terminal on this battery? Or this is a nasty stuff, and it could, theoretically, it could lead to the electrical problems. What do you say? So as you can imagine, I will start with disconnecting these battery terminals. All you know that you always start with the negative, right? That goes first off. While you are disconnecting, you're putting it away. And now I will be dealing with this hardcore mess. I will probably first vacuum the worst part of it. And now I'm ready carefully to remove it. Why carefully? Because I don't want to break it. This might be worse than just the surface corrosion. It could be even damaging the contacts. So I want to avoid breaking anything, creating extra work for myself, obviously, right? I will carefully try to spread it here. Oh, and it did, right? This is wonderful. Everything gentle, and now the contact is becoming loose. And hopefully I will be able to lift it up. And look at this disaster. I will show it to you in the detail. And I'm pretty sure all of you had the same reaction in the beginning, right? Like the owner. She said, oh yeah, I think the alternator, right, is on the way out. But look at this. I hope you see that detail perfectly. This is absolutely hardcore, and I will continue vacuuming this off. In this case, I will continue with the cleaning contacts on the battery. You can buy these tools for probably $2 at any car store, aftermarket car store, right? Many times it's in those bins like $1. And look at it. Look at these terminals, right? This is wonderful, and this is ready, right? This battery is becoming ready to be used again correctly. Now I'm looking on the sticker here. There is a 1217. That means this battery was on the shelf in the store, right? December 17. So this is a relatively new battery, but I want to know in which shape this battery is. That could be also a problem. So I will perform the battery test. All of you who are watching this, following this YouTube channel, right, you know I have that little tool from the top down. It's very simple to use. Plug it on the positive, plug it on the negative, it immediately goes live. It immediately shows that I have 12.8 volts on the battery. I select OK, English. It's out of vehicle because I disconnected those contacts to the vehicle, right? So despite the fact it sits in the vehicle, this is considered out of the vehicle. The engine, other components and everything else are not connected. So I continue with the OK. Before charge, I will say no. It came here and it should be fully charged by the alternator. So I will put after charge. Now it will ask regular freight and the CC8, right? A cold cranking amps, and it's written right here on it. It's a 650. So I'm putting OK and I go down to 650. And that test will be very quick, very short. 650 selected. Let's press OK and let's see what it will say. So, state of health 100%, state of charge 98%, 12.86 volts, 880 amps, internal resistance, it's 3.38 milliamps. It's a good battery, so this battery passed the test. So now the battery is prepared to be connected again to the vehicle. The negative terminal, it's perfect, but I will still use the brush to clean it. But I wasn't able to clean, right, correctly this positive. So now comes the set of sprays, battery terminal cleaner from Napa and battery terminal protector. So we will start with the cleaning. To eliminate the mess, because this is messy, I brought this old rag. I will shake this spray, and this basically works by the chemical reaction. So be careful when you are spraying it, wear the glasses, protective glasses, right? And you carefully spray it on those contacts. And if you look where the rust is, it kind of has that pink color. So it's eating it away. And now I need to let that chemical reaction happen. And if you read the manual, which is on the back, it says allow to soak for approximately 1 minute, then wipe off with a damp cloth or hose off with water. If cleaner turns pink, reapply and let set for a few minutes. This is also a good time for these procedures when you keep your old toothbrush, right? That can help you to speed up this whole process. And not only speed it up, it can help you to perform it more thoroughly, right? So this is really good. We can see that it definitely turned pink, and I will have to clean it, dry it off and reapply. Let me show you detail of it, right? This is the color, how it turned out. So now I will wipe it off and put another layer of it. Now nicely zoomed so you can see it once again. Carefully the spray, wear the protective gloves and glasses. Now it's staying yellow. I don't see that pink color seeping out of it, so I believe we will need only these 2 sprays and we will be ready to go and proceed with installation of these contacts. And I'm trying to clean it as much as possible. So also these areas, right, of this clamp which are touching the battery, if there was anything left and the brush didn't take it off. I'm just confirming that it's gone, but as you can see, nothing is coming off. That spray worked really good. I'm pretty sure that all of you are aware that when you are installing the battery, you go the opposite way. You start with the positive terminal, right? So I had it nicely spread. I put it all the way down, and I will carefully tighten it. Yeah, that's it. You don't want to break again anything. And you continue, right? The second one is the minus. So I clean that inside. It's perfectly ready. Again, make sure it sits perfectly all the way down. And use that 10mm wrench. And carefully connect that. You don't want to crash the clamp. You don't want to damage the connector on the battery. To prevent that corrosion from happening, it's basically impossible, I can tell you that. But here is that protector which can help to slow it down. So if you use this, and I will show you later, I will spray these contacts with it. It creates a special surface to slow down that corrosion from appearing. But right now I want to continue testing, so I will spray it a little bit later. Now I'm looking at this alternator, right? It has two wires, the main one, and then the connectors here. Everything seems to be connected correctly. I don't see any wires, right, being eaten by the rats or something. So this looks okay from outside. So let's go and try to test this alternator. Now I will check the battery voltage, right? Everything is clean. Here is my voltmeter. So this battery has 12.86 or 85 volts. And I will go ahead, start up this car and see how much is that alternator charging. So you saw it without the engine running, and let's see how much voltage is coming through those terminals when the alternator is running. And hopefully you can see it with me. This is a 14.35 volts steady, right? This is actually absolutely perfect charging system. And I put that voltmeter here. It's attached to it, so we have no load, right? Only these lights unfortunately are on. I'm not running the lights, so without a load we have 1435 on the battery idling, and I put an ammeter down here. Can you read it? So 18 amps is being provided by this alternator. So let's go and switch the load on. So here in the car I put the fan on the max, right? That's a consumer. I put the lights on. Let's see what is the difference on our reading. We are getting less volt, right? 14, 14, 14, 15, because it's being consumed by the electrical consumers. And oh la la, what's happening here? Open, so I change the rating on that ammeter. As you can see, 14, 15, but that alternator is producing 48, around 48, 50 amps. Can you see it? So immediately it's reacting to the demand from the consumer, right? And it's working correctly at this time. And I switched off that fan, right? The lights are off, and only the park ones here. The 1435, and it goes down to the 17. I don't know why the glare is so bad. Yeah, 17.2, 16.9, something like that. So unfortunately, right, is hard diagnosis because at this moment the system it's working perfectly. So we can see that at this moment, right, when the vehicle arrived today, the owner said there were no problems. It happened in past, in last 2 weeks, intermittently. Today, at this moment, we see we don't have a charging indicator in the dashboard, right? We can see the voltage changes properly. We tested the battery is okay. We saw the amps by the idle, when it was way lower, when we put the loads on, multiple loads on, and the alternator was at that moment providing more amps to the battery to charge the system. So unfortunately at this moment I can see, or I confirmed, that the charging system, all that stuff works correctly. That means I can go ahead with this protector, right, which I didn't want to use before for possible interference with the measurements, right, with the testing. Now what do you do with this can? You see it? You just apply multiple layers of this on those battery terminals. Let me show you in detail what I did. You can see it's a very light layer, right, of that red material on top of those connectors. That's why it is hard to deal with the intermittent problems like this one, right? You can do all the measurements and the system, it's showing perfect function. There's nothing wrong with it at this moment and everything's running correctly. Here what you can do, you can consider the age of vehicle. That alternator seems to be original, right? Believe it or not. This is 12 years old vehicle and it has 206,000 miles on the clock. So most likely that alternator is ending its life and should be replaced. But obviously I need to write a detailed report to the customer and tell them all this stuff and make the decision with them if we will be replacing this alternator or not. And this should be relatively easy to film, right? It's on top of the engine, relatively good access. So if I will do that, I will film it for you. So definitely make sure you are subscribed, you don't miss any of those videos. Thank you for watching and have a great day.